everyone, my name is Alexis McDonald. I've been a member with Herbalife now for 10 amazing months. Before I started my journey, I had challenged myself to a 6-week challenge where I would go to the gym every single day for 6 weeks because my New Year's resolution had failed within a week and I had been dropped from medical insurance without being aware of it a couple months after that. So I really had to pick myself up and figure out how I was going to better manage my type 1 diabetes. And so, like I said, I had challenged myself to a 6-week challenge, and week 5 in, I met my sponsor, Vic Nelson, who invited me to start on my nutrition program, where I was able to drop 20 pounds in 5 weeks. And guys, Herbalife does not cure or prevent any diseases, but when you start fueling your body with the nutrition it needs, the results just show through, and I feel fantastic. I haven't had more energy or felt more in control of my life and my diabetes within the past 10 months than over the course of the 14 years that I've lived with diabetes, with type 1. And that's just absolutely incredible to me, and it fires me up to share with you a little bit of what I have going. So when I was 17 years old, I moved out of my house. I moved into a family's home to be an in-house nanny where I took care of a newly diagnosed diabetic. She was very young. She was a preteen at the time. And, I commuted from Boston to southern New Hampshire every single day for my entire senior year of high school, which meant that I had to wake up at 5 o'clock, be out of the house for 6, and then be in my seat for 7 to start school. And sometimes that meant, if that was just one way, I'd go to school, come back, and sometimes I had to go back to work on a school project and things like that with a group that I was assigned. So it was a lot of commuting and a lot of traveling, but I absolutely loved it because I joined a New England committee through the American Diabetes Association, the youth leadership program. I was chairman of that program, and I was fired up because we were able to pay it forward to our community, and I've always been so passionate about diabetes, and I've just grown up that way. My parents always instilled in my brain that, God gave you this disease because he knew you could handle it. So basically, you are a vessel and a light to be for someone else and to be a beacon of hope for them. So I've always just had that drive in me that I've really been so passionate about. I publicly speak, and it's one of my favorite things to do, and just bring people together, and really pay it forward, to the community. So I had started up my own diabetes organization when I was 17. It's called GLIDE, and it stands for Global Leadership in Diabetes Education. And so when I was going through some hardships in my life, when my parents got divorced and things like that, I had to figure out what I wanted to do, right? Because I was raising myself at the time. And so I could have either chosen the path of poor me, or let's go out and change the world. And I chose to go out and change the world. That's why I created my organization. And I knew that I wanted it to be global and about diabetes and educating people, but I just didn't bring it together until 2 years ago probably. And so I got that started, and back when I challenged myself to that 6-week challenge, I was like, okay, I'm going to use the experience of what I'm going through now and apply it and try and create a structure. So I was kind of doing research on myself and how I can provide that support for people with diabetes, because I was going online and I was looking for, for structures that could really help, people like me or, my friends and just the community in general, how to better manage and live a healthier, active lifestyle while living and maintaining their diabetes and managing. So week 5, when I met my sponsor, it was like angels from the heaven that came down, because I had found a structure that was safe and effective, and the community was just insane. I saw his pictures and doing workouts on the beach and things like that was just incredible. So I hit him up and I shot him an email and shared with him, what I was trying to create, and we got on the phone for 3 hours and we talked just about vision and belief and, how Herbalife can plug in, and I now use Herbalife as the structure to power my organization. And my organization is now the first known, and it's the first founded organization to help support and provide a structure for people with and without diabetes to live a healthier, active lifestyle through spreading global leadership in diabetes education. That's where GLAD comes from. And so, I really got clear on, how I was going to pay it forward. And, it's been incredible. And, being able to lead from the front in our community, even before I found Herbalife, I serve on a North American Diabetes Committee, and I've been a part of other committees as well, and I was one of 6 chosen over the past year to attend the World Diabetes Congress down in Melbourne, Australia. And guys, that's like the extravaganza in the diabetes community that happens every 2 years. And there's over 170 different countries that all fly into one area to go over the research and the education from all the top doctors. Very similar to Herbalife. Very, very similar. And so they have like 2 weeks before the actual event, they have all of the young leaders that were accepted into the program fly in together and create almost like little projects that they can work on for 2 years and to take back to their community to better serve it, but to also connect people and to really change their country, because people are coming in from all over the place. And it's just incredible. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go due to funding, but that's okay. When one door closes, another one opens, and I'm a strong believer in that. And, I've really been able to get clear on my vision and using Herbalife as a vehicle to create a massive global impact. Like massive. Because 80% of diabetes is preventable, and I'm a part of that 20% that's not. So that fires me up that I have a structure now that I'm able to plug people into, and really fuel them with good nutrition to, 1, better manage their diabetes, 2, to either prevent it or to get rid of it, even though diabetes doesn't cure or prevent any diseases. But when you fuel your body with good nutrition, we all know it happens. And, to really prevent people from walking into the doctor's office one day and their doctor is writing them out a prescription and telling them that they have to live more than 1 day with diabetes. And that fires me up, because if it's preventable, right, a little 80%, that's more than half, more than 3/4, if it's able to be prevented and we have that vehicle to bring it together, that's insane. And so I strongly believe that with my partnership with Herbalife, we can make this happen.